The thrilling story begins by showing a man named Manji, who was a great warrior. Manji used to live with his sister, whose mental balance was not stable. They were somehow managing their lives. The truth was that some time ago, Manji worked under a leader who would often assign him various tasks. One day, the leader ordered Manji to kill a man because he was involved in illegal activities. Since the leader paid him, Manji went and killed that man. But later, Manji found out that the man was innocent and had done nothing wrong. In fact, the leader had told Manji to kill him due to some personal reasons. Manji could not tolerate this at all and immediately started killing the leader and all his men. Manji had learned excellent sword fighting skills since childhood. He was so skilled with the sword that even if 10 men attacked him, he could kill them all. Manji began killing the leader and his companions. Among them was also the husband of his sister, who also worked for that leader. But to Manji, everyone was equal. Manji even killed his sister's husband right in front of her eyes. Since then, his sister's mental condition has worsened. Now, after so much time has passed, Manji is responsible for taking care of his sister. No matter what, he has to ensure his sister survives and provide her with everything she needs. Sometimes, Manji feels sad about what happened, but he knows there's no use in dwelling on the past. At this point, when Manji was moving forward from the forest area with his sister, he saw a woman. The woman was covered entirely in white clothes. When Manji approached and asked her who she was, she said she was immortal and had been living on this earth for the last 100 years without dying. Manji did not believe her and didn't listen much, then left. But later, he found out that some goons had kidnapped his sister. Manji immediately went to rescue her. These were the same kind of goons who harassed ordinary people like this. Manji begged them to release his sister, saying she was the only family he had in the world. But the goons told him to drop his weapon. Manji had no other option but to lay down his katana. However, the leader had tricked him. Those goons did not release his sister. Instead, they stabbed her from behind and killed her right there. Manji's sister died in front of his eyes. Manji went mad with rage. Furious, he grabbed his katana and attacked those enemies, killing them all. No one could withstand Manji's skills because he was so fast. Manji almost killed all of them. But during this whole process, Manji was also injured. His body was stabbed multiple times, causing a lot of bleeding. Now it seemed Manji might not survive, and he collapsed, half dead, onto the ground. Manji kept calling out for help, but then the same lady, the one dressed in white clothes who called herself immortal, appeared at the spot. She came close to Manji and poured a liquid on his wounds. She said that this liquid would heal all his wounds and that he would become like her. The magical liquid really worked, and all Manji's wounds began to heal. He was getting better. After this, the scene fades to blank, and we are shown a time many years later. Here, a girl named Rin is practicing sword fighting continuously inside a school. This entire training school belonged to Rin's father, who used to teach protection training to everyone. Many children from faraway places would come here to practice. But one day, many goons entered their school. These goons were involved in illegal activities and controlled many people under them. If anyone refused to work with them, they would kill that person. Their number was so large that no one could stand against them. However, Rin's father did not want to do any wrong. He refused to cooperate with those people, and because of this, the enemies attacked them. Their entire army killed Rin's father, mother, and all their family members. Rin somehow managed to hide and survive, but what she saw with her own eyes was something she would never forget for her entire life. The leader of those enemies was named Ants, the one responsible for all this. For now, Rin escaped from that deadly place to a safe location. She decided that she would take revenge on Ants. They had destroyed her family, so Rin knew she needed to become stronger to fight them. Rin began practicing with her katana deep in the forest, training hard on everything her father had taught her. After a little while, the same immortal lady appeared again and started telling Rin something. She said that to achieve her target, she would need a protector. The lady advised Rin to find a man named Manji, who would explain the next steps to her. At this point, Rin was feeling very alone. Rin needed help by any means, so she listened to the old woman's advice and set out to find the man named Manji. After searching through different villages for some time, she finally found Manji, who was still alive. Manji's body bore many slash marks, but the good thing was that because of that magical liquid, he had become immortal. This meant that even after so many years, Manji's appearance had remained exactly the same. When Rin met Manji, she immediately told him about herself and what she wanted to achieve. Manji listened carefully because he saw his little sister in Rin. Rin then told Manji that she needed protection and wanted revenge because a leader named Ants and his gang members had killed all her family members. Rin even requested Manji to become her protector so that together they could achieve her goal. However, Manji refused. He said that he had stopped fighting and no longer took lives. He just wanted to live a simple, ordinary life. Despite Rin's many attempts to convince him, Manji did not agree. Feeling completely disappointed, Rin started to leave. Suddenly, an unknown man appeared in front of Rin. It was none other than one of Ant's men sent to kill Rin. Seeing the man, Rin became very angry and attacked him using all the skills she had learned. But she soon realized he was much stronger. He easily deflected all of Rin's attacks and advanced to kill her. The man had multiple shields and great fighting abilities. It seemed like he would capture Rin and kill her with a single blow. Just then, Manji arrived. Manji could not let Rin die like this, so he started fighting the man. Both attacked each other fiercely with their katanas. Though Manji was an excellent swordsman, this man turned out to be even stronger. Using his strength, the man stabbed Manji's body with his katana and knocked him down. After a short while, the man turned toward Rin to finish her off. But he didn't know that Manji was immortal. Manji attacked him from behind again and killed him. Manji wanted to tell Rin that he could never die and that his lifespan was incredibly long. No matter how many injuries his body took, he would always heal. After seeing these things, Manji promised Rin that he would support her and become her protector. Rin started learning many things from him, like how to use a sword and various fighting techniques. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see Ants, who learns that Rin is killing his men with the help of an unknown man. Ants wanted to make sure that not a single member of Rin's family survived. So, he called another man who was even stronger and sent him to kill Rin. Rin went to a shop to buy some swords, where she saw her father's ancient sword. But it was then revealed that the man Ants had sent to kill Rin was also there. This man's name was Lin, and he had taken Rin's father's sword. Rin didn't recognize him because she was wearing clothes that hid her identity. After Lin left, Rin immediately went to Manji and told him that she had seen one of Ant's men who had come to kill them and had taken her father's katana. Manji sensed something was wrong, so he went with Rin to find that man. They didn't have to search much because Lin appeared right in front of them. Lin knew that this was Rin and that the man with her was helping her. A fierce fight broke out between Manji and Lin, with both evenly matched. During the fight, Manji got trapped in a swamp, which started pulling him down. But he didn't give up. Using his sword, he severely injured Lin and managed to get out. However, Manji did not kill Lin. Instead, he let him go so that Lin could go back and tell Ants that he was not alone. After this fight, Lin realized that Manji was no ordinary man. He had great powers and his wounds healed on their own. Lin escaped to save his life. Manji then gave Rin her father's sword, which made her very happy. The sword was a family heirloom, and it touched Rin's heart deeply. But Manji knew that Ants would send more men to kill them, so he had to be prepared for the next attack. Lin told Ants everything about Manji's powers and that he could not be killed. When Ants heard this, he laughed a little. It seemed like the man already had a plan ready to kill Manji. Now, when Manji was moving forward with Rin, a man came and sat beside him. This man told Manji that he wanted to kill Ants, and if Manji joined him, they could easily defeat Ants together. But Manji was not interested in these things. When the man revealed his face, Manji got a little scared because the man immediately attacked him. This was the same man Ants had sent to kill Manji. Manji fought back to protect himself and Rin. Although the man didn't fight much at first, Manji took advantage of this and stabbed his sword into the man's body. Manji was now about to leave with Rin when he realized that despite being so badly injured, the man had gotten back up. Manji was shocked and later found out that the man also had the same powers as him. The man said he had been alive for about 200 years and that Manji was in serious trouble. They fought again, and Manji tried his best to kill the man, but all the man's wounds healed quickly. After a while, when the man counterattacked, Manji got badly wounded. But this time, for some reason, Manji's wounds were not healing. The reason was that the stranger had coated his katana with a venom that drastically slowed down the healing process. That's why Manji's magical water inside his body was not able to heal him properly. Manji was in a lot of pain and started to run away. Rin followed him, but the man caught Rin and started taking her to his hiding place, where he planned to hand her over to Ants. But as soon as Manji's wounds started healing again, he came rushing to stop them. The stranger was still ready to fight Manji and wanted to defeat him completely before taking Rin away. A fight broke out again, and Manji looked a little weak. The man coated his katana with venom again, trying to hurt and weaken Manji further. But Manji knew what was happening. This time, he grabbed the stranger's katana and hit his own body with the venom-coated sword. As a result, the stranger became very weak. It would take a very long time for him to heal. Now, when the warrior man realized that he could not defeat Manji, he told Manji clearly to kill him. He had been alive on this earth for 200 years and was completely frustrated. He wanted liberation, which only another immortal person could give him. Manji had decided not to take anyone's life, but he knew this wasn't just about killing someone, it was about giving liberation to this man. So Manji ended up killing him. Meanwhile, Ants also found out that one of his men had been killed. He became extremely angry because now he had to kill Manji and Rin at any cost. This time, Ants appointed his best warrior to kill them, a lady named Chili. Chili was skilled in many fighting abilities and was a master swordswoman. When Manji was traveling with Rin to another place, it was clear that Manji's wounds had not yet healed due to the venom on the sword, which had slowed down his healing process. On the way, they encountered Chili, the same lady Ants had sent to kill them. Chili immediately attacked Manji, trying to finish him. Manji drew his sword and began fighting again to protect Rin. Even if it cost him his life, he would not let anything happen to Rin. Though Manji's wounds were slowly healing, he couldn't match Chili's incredible speed. Chili would be at one spot one moment and suddenly somewhere else the next. Her speed was unimaginable to Manji. Chili had already injured Manji so badly that he could barely move. As Chili advanced to kill Manji, Rin stood in front of him, sword in hand. Rin said, "Manji is my protector, and if anyone tries to harm him, I will fight them." Seeing this, Chili began to realize she was on the wrong side. This little girl wanted to protect her master. Chili started questioning her long years of working for Ants and thought she should choose her own path, one that leads toward goodness. So, Chili stopped attacking Manji and Rin and walked away. Manji was badly hurt, so Rin took him home and tended to his wounds. Obviously, Manji was feeling a lot of pain for the first time. Normally, he healed quickly. Later, when Rin went to the forest to gather herbs and supplies, she saw someone practicing sword fighting. When Rin went closer to see, she realized it was Ants. Rin couldn't hold back because he was the one who had completely killed her parents. Rin immediately tried to attack Ants from behind, but Ants was prepared. He drew his sword, broke Rin's sword, and threw it away. If Ants wanted, he could have killed Rin right then, but he told her to leave because her training was not finished yet. He was planning something big that would give him control over the entire region. Rin had no choice because Magi was injured and she couldn't fight Ants like that. Ants told Rin that he had killed her family because there was a deep enmity between their families, an enmity that might never end. Ants then moved forward with some bigger plans. When Magi arrived, they met a boy named Lee. Lee told Magi plainly that Ants had sent him to kill Magi, but Lee was actually with them. Lee knew about Magi's powers and that he was immortal, so Lee understood he couldn't defeat Magi by fighting. So Lee joined Magi and Rin. Lee also told them they needed to stay alert because attacks could come at any time. The biggest news was that Ants was planning something huge. He was going to travel to another empire the next day. Magi and Rin thought about it and decided that if they attacked Ants suddenly, he wouldn't be able to retaliate. With this plan, they moved forward. The next day, when Ants appeared, they attacked him immediately. But it turned out that it was not Ants but a lady standing in for him. It was clear that this was a trap to capture them. Then many of Ants' allies arrived and attacked them from all sides. Though weakened, protecting Rin had become Magi's responsibility. Throughout the fight, Lee also helped them, and the three fought bravely against the soldiers. After killing the attackers, Lee suddenly started misbehaving with the lady who was standing in for Ants. Rin stopped Lee, but then Lee started attacking Rin too. Seeing this, Magi got very angry and cut off one of Lee's hands with his katana. Lee was in extreme pain and immediately ran away. Now both Magi and Lee had failed this time, so they retreated to their shelter. Magi was a little tired, so he sat down to rest. But when Magi woke up, he found a letter from Rin. In the letter, Rin wrote that she was going to fight Ants alone and kill him, so no one should follow her. Magi knew that Rin would be in danger if she went alone, so without wasting any time, he set out to follow and protect her. Rin was now traveling through the forest and approaching Ants. In the other empire, we see Ants approaching a leader, requesting permission to open his own samurai guild. The thing was, the biggest head of all the samurai guilds was this leader, and he was the one who gave permission to create guilds. Ants believed that if he had his own samurai guild, he would become the most powerful, so he asked for permission. But later it became clear that the leader was not in the mood to grant any permission. Instead, he wanted to kill Ants. Ants realized this and that he had been tricked into coming there. All the soldiers Ants had brought were killed on the leader's orders, and the leader's soldiers surrounded Ants. Ants' life was now in danger. But it was also revealed that Rin had come up behind Ants, ready to kill him. So Rin was now surrounded by soldiers as well. The leader ordered all his soldiers to attack with no prisoners. At the right moment, Magi arrived and killed one soldier who was advancing toward Rin. The leader wasn't going to stay calm and ordered that none of them should be left alive. So now Magi, Rin, and Ants were fighting together against the soldiers. For the first time, the team spirit was visible as they fought united. Among the soldiers, one fired a gun directly at Magi. To save Magi, Chili, the warrior sent by Ants to kill them, appeared. Chili took the bullet and died instantly. Ants got very angry seeing this because Chili was very loyal to him and had never disappointed him. Now Ants began killing soldiers even faster. The three fought together and killed many soldiers, but the enemy numbers kept increasing. The problem worsened when Lee, the one whose hand Magi had cut, arrived. He wanted revenge on Magi and Rin. Lee immediately took Rin away by force. Magi couldn't just leave everyone behind, so he told Ants to handle the soldiers and went after Lee. Lee had tied Rin up and was threatening to kill her. He demanded that Magi put down his sword. Seeing this, Magi remembered the moment years ago when the leaders had captured his sister. Lee demanded that Magi put down his sword. Despite doing so, Lee's men still killed Magi's sister. But this time, Magi put down one sword, while he still had a knife hidden behind him. As soon as Lee tried to attack, Magi used the knife to cut the rope that was holding Rin captive, freeing her. Magi immediately attacked Lee and badly injured him. Both of them fought and fell into a deep pit at the lower part of the forest. Magi somehow managed to survive, but Lee was hanging by a rope and asked Magi to pull him up. Magi, though soft-hearted, had no mercy now, and cut the rope, letting Lee fall. When Magi returned, most of the soldiers were already dead. Magi was happy to find Rin safe and sound. Meanwhile, Ants was shown fighting the leader, because the leader was responsible for killing Chili, Ants' most loyal warrior. After a tough fight, Ants finally killed the leader. With the leader dead, Ants could now control all the guilds. But Rin also wanted to avenge the death of her mother and father by killing Ants. Ants, badly injured, came before Rin and said, "Kill me and take your revenge, but know that my children will surely come to take revenge on you." Rin was determined to get her revenge, so she took a sword from Magi and moved toward Ants. Magi felt something was wrong because he knew Ants would trick Rin and counterattack. Before Rin could attack, Magi struck Ants. Ants became weak after being wounded by the sword. After everything settled down, Magi told Rin to finish off Ants. Rin plunged the katana into Ants' body and killed him. Thus, Rin's revenge was complete. Magi had suffered many injuries during the entire process, but over time, all his wounds healed because he was immortal, meaning he would never die. Magi and Rin found a good partner and lived happily ever after. Our story ends.